I am out here in the heart of Paris with Huawei's brand new flagship phone, the P30 Pro. Now, this thing's pretty exciting for photographers like me because there's not one but 4 lenses on the back. We have a standard zoom, we have a super wide angle, and then we've got these extra ones to get super close in on details with a whopping 10 times lossless zoom. Now, we've never seen a 10 times lossless zoom before on a phone, so I'm really keen to see what this thing can do.
Conditions were good, and as I started capturing Paris, the P30 was already impressing. This riverside shot has a great exposure balance between the bright sky and the shaded buildings on the left, and there's plenty of detail too. Similarly, there's a good overall exposure on this wide shot of Notre Dame, and by using the super wide-angle lens, it's provided a nice dramatic view. But it's the zoom options that really stand out on this phone. As well as being able to get right into the scene with this 5 times zoom, the P30 Pro uses a prism periscope lens system to give a whopping 10 times lossless zoom, which gets right up close to the subject and still maintains a good amount of detail. When you see the difference between the wide angle and the full zoom images, it's genuinely impressive that a phone camera is able to achieve this level of zoom and still have the image be usable. And it's that zoom that helped out later on when I found this cormorant drying off its wings. I was able to zoom right into the bird and capture a dramatic wildlife image. If you do crop in yet further, it's possible to see that the image doesn't have loads of detail. It certainly doesn't seem as sharp as taking the image using the standard camera lens, and it's of course certainly not as good as using a professional DSLR with a long zoom lens. But it's perfectly sharp enough to be usable, and I didn't imagine this sort of wildlife image would be something I could capture on a phone camera. As I wandered further around Paris, the phone continued to take well-exposed shots with good colours that thankfully weren't overly saturated, giving a more natural look. Before long, I needed to refuel with a bit of local patisserie and a good coffee.
No photo shoot is complete without stopping for coffee. Take photos of the coffee, drink the coffee. Feel much better about it afterwards. It's a great solution.
I wanted to capture a long exposure effect at this canal to blur some of the motion of the water. It's usually the sort of shot that you'd have to use a tripod for with a regular camera, but Huawei boasts that the AI and in-camera stabilization is good enough to shoot it handheld. However, even after several attempts, I still found that the overall image was a bit blurry, so I'd still have to stabilize the phone somehow if I wanted to get a sharp shot.
Found an alleyway. Quite cool.
Inside this shopping arcade, I wanted to use the super wide angle to get a shot that captures all the detail in the floor and up in that glass roof. While there's plenty of shadow detail to be seen, the P30 Pro has lost some of the detail in the blown out highlights in the sky, which is a bit disappointing.
So far it's been a pretty good day wandering around Paris. We've headed up the canal, we've found some street art, we've found some water. Definitely found some coffee and some pastries, although now we do need some real food. We are starting to get into the evening a little bit, which is quite good because I want the low light. The P30 Pro, like the P20 Pro before it, is apparently really good when it comes to low light stuff. So once that light goes, I'm going to keep on shooting and hopefully we can still get some good shots.
As night fell, I was keen to see what the phone is capable of. Both Huawei's P20 Pro and Mate 20 Pro are excellent low-light shooters, and Huawei promises that the P30 Pro is even better. Starting with some Scrabble, the standard camera mode did a decent job of capturing the vibrant colours of the board games without much in the way of low-light image noise. Turning on the night mode, however, and the image really pops. Shadows are brought up, and there's a clarity to the image that really boosts it. This river scene with the Eiffel Tower's beam in the distance looks good too. There's detail in the shadows and the beam has been captured nicely. What I don't like, however, is there's a dark halo around this building. It's a sort of artifact you'd get if you just cranked up the shadows in Photoshop, and that's usually the sort of problem that I'd like to avoid. This old shopfront has been captured really well, however, with crisp detail around the lettering and the brickwork on the building itself. Similarly, this old restaurant front is bright and sharp and maintains very natural colours. In the standard shooting mode, this vibrant front of this restaurant has been captured pretty well. But again, things look even better with the night mode enabled, with both more detail in the shadows and more controlled highlights from the neon signs.
Now I've had time to look at the images back in my hotel, I'm overall very pleased with what the phone can do. That zoom mode is seriously impressive and it's not something that I've seen on a phone to this extent before. Is it something that you'd realistically want to use all the time? Well, no, probably not, but when you do want to use a good zoom, there's no phone that can zoom better right now than the P30 Pro. For general tourist photos around Paris though, the phone takes great shots with good exposure and nice looking natural colours. And like Huawei's previous phones, it's the night mode that really shines with its ability to bring up those shadows and still keep plenty of detail even in very dark scenes. So this is an early look at the phone's camera, and we will of course be doing a lot more testing for the full review, but in the meantime do make sure to leave your thoughts on the phone in the comments below and make sure to like and subscribe for a lot more from CNET.